trying to get back to technology and talk about how severe they're taking this seriously. I mean, there is a model now where journalists or contributors are being paid or incentivized based on the kind of traffic they get on their website. So the kind of traffic, if I write a story for a particular website, the kind of traffic I get on my story, I'll be paid according to the traffic I get on my story. To what degree in this scenario do you think that we have to be conscious of technology, be conscious of the internet, understanding how the internet works? I'm just trying to, especially for students, to understand how to get technology out of their.
Yeah, well, there's danger there. You get what you measure. So right now, what you measure online is unique users and page views. That's a very shallow measurement, and I've seen it do bad things to newspapers and newspaper sites because they try to do anything to get more page views, right? And what do? You write about, in my case, we'll write about Britney Spears, or we'll write about celebrities. That's what the Daily Mail does in the UK, and fine, that's what they do. But it's not what we want to do. And if all you do is try to go for gross, well, it's like our mass media days, right? You think mass, the more is better. Well, I would argue not now. Perhaps more relevant and higher value is better. So if I get somebody to come because the whim of one celebrity story, that has limited value to my brand. If they come every day because they really care about what we say and they really add value to their life, that's clearly better. But we don't measure that, right? We measure how many people came in a month total and how many page views we get total. So I think we have to start measuring new things. Now, before I get to that, some sites like Gawker in the US, which is a gossip site, pays writers based on how much traffic they get. And Nick Denton, who's the founder of Gawker, likes to be different and likes to be controversial, and that's why he does that. And fine. And there are other sites like that. But I think it only extends the damage, the danger of what we see. I've seen newspaper sites that ended up serving audience from outside their markets because they went crazy with search engine optimization. And they went crazy with Twitter and things like that in ways that didn't bring in people who actually were going to have a relationship with them. So I think we've got to measure new things. I think we have to measure relationships. Yeah, engagement. Now, one example of this that I think is trying to go the right way, but I think it's done the wrong way. And I think I mentioned this to you yesterday, is Forbes magazine in the US has like 1,000 bloggers. Some of them are staff and are very good, some of them aren't very good, and that's a problem for me. I love blogging, I love speech, I love all that, but I expect better from them sometimes. The way they reward their outside bloggers is that they pay them X, I don't know how much it is, for every new reader they get in a month. They then pay 20x, 20 times that, if the reader comes back. So that's going in the right direction somewhat because it's starting to measure loyalty, engagement, value. Right? If this reader actually saw that you gave them value and wanted to come back to you, that's valuable. So I kind of like that. Right? The problem you always get to is every system can be gamed. So what are reporters going to do? Tomorrow, more on Britney Spears, right? Right? They're going to find ways to fake it up to get paid more. Because Forbes said that they paid last year, 2 of their bloggers made more than $100,000. Like 5 made $75,000. A fair number made $10,000. And then this is another full-time job. It's what they do extra. So it's not bad, but it can be corrupted.
So in that scenario, what do you suggest a training journalist should therefore be conscious of? Should they be investing more of the time in marketing the story that they write, and then how do you balance the time you spend in actually reporting it, editing it, putting it up, then spend time in marketing it, follow up with your sources? It's quite a lot of work for a journalist to.
Yeah, I would actually pull back one step before you get to writing the story and all that, which is relationships. I think we have to become a relationship business in great measure, not only with readers, but also with collaborators. So the reason to be on Twitter, first and foremost, isn't to speak, it's to listen. Right? It's to find out what do people say, what do they care about, what are they wrong about, what do I have to correct, what matters to them, right? The second reason to be there is to make your reporting better. And I see smart journalists now going on Twitter and saying, this is the story I'm working on, who should I talk to? What do you want to know? What do you know? What don't you know, right? really smart beat reporters engage with their readers after the story is out to learn more and make their journalism better. So that's the first best reason. But yes, you also then go on, and I don't know if this is true yet here, but one of the trends that's happened in the U.S. and in the UK is that, and it's a horrible way to say it, every journalist is a brand. The way it worked before was you got a brand because you worked for the Express. People trusted you because you worked for the Express. The Express was the brand. It rubbed off on you. And that's still going to be true. But it's also true that we have some stars, and people really like that person. And the fact that that person works for the New York Times makes them like the New York Times better. Okay? That's not bad.